News there for the Boston Red Sox. They signed Alex Bregman. Let's bring in Jared Carrabis, one of our friends here at MLB Network, who obviously has great style because he's matching me today. Jared, you're close friends with Breggy. Break down for us how you found out this deal went down.
He's a great guy. We've kept in touch pretty much since I owned him in spring training 2019 in the parking lot playing wiffle ball. But I found out we were doing our podcast last night, Section 10. It's a Red Sox podcast. And we did about 2 hours being like, well, we got to move on from Alex Bregman. That's not happening. Let's pivot to Nolan Arenado. And then Coley, my co-host, looks down at his phone and he's like, oh my God. And then I have my phone propped up on my laptop and I'm getting a FaceTime from Bregman. And I'm like, what's going on? And I answer the phone. It's him. And his face is stoic. And I'm like, oh, no, he's going to the Yankees, isn't he? And then he pans down and shows me his son wearing a Red Sox cap. And I'm like, let's go. I was shocked, stunned. I mean, following this thing from the very beginning, under no circumstances did I think, based on where the Red Sox were, where the market was, the other offers that were coming in, I was like, it's just not happening. Like, we have to move on to the next best thing, which I thought was Nolan Arenado at the time. And I guess John Henry, it was a buzzer beater up the AAV, and we got something done.
Carrabis, you have the heartbeat of that team and that city about what's going on. Do you think the Red Sox have done enough this offseason to get back to the postseason?
I think so at this point, yes. One of their biggest thorns in their side last year and in years prior was the infield defense, leading the league in unearned runs. So I think what ultimately is going to happen, sure, you're going to see Bregman at second base, but this Christian Campbell kid is the real deal. I think what we'll probably end up seeing is Bregman will play some second. Eventually, he'll take over at third. Devers will be your DH. You'll get Campbell at second base, and then we'll go from there. I mean, injuries are going to happen. You're going to be able to shuffle the deck as you go. But undoubtedly, this is a much better team than they were last year. They finished 500. Let's not sleep on the Garrett Crochet edition. Walker Buehler, I know he's got clipped 2 times, but he's motivated as ever on a 1-year deal. The Red Sox are a much better team this year than they were last year.
You mentioned the starting pitching. How about the bullpen as well? Now you've got Aroldis Chapman and of course, Chapman. He could be the closer, but also Liam Hendricks is back in the fold as well. So their pitching's improved all the way around, right?
No doubt. And you've got guys that are kind of laying in the weeds looking for the opportunity. I mean, first and foremost, Garrett Whitlock is a guy that is an absolute weapon when healthy. I know it's been a while, 2021, but he was the Swiss Army knife in the back end of that bullpen. When you don't have to worry about the 7th and the 8th because you've got that guy that can cover both, you add in Chapman, a guy like Justin Slayton. They've got Liam Hendricks, who, I mean, we still haven't seen him throw. I hope that he ends up being one of the biggest stories, positive stories of this season. But they've got options. It's going to be a mix and match type situation for Cora. I know he likes guys to fall into certain roles, but the benefit here is that he has plenty of talent to work with.
You get a chance to watch these guys all the time, get a chance to go to Fenway, which is incredible. How do you think that Green Monster is gonna play with Bregman's swing?
Big time. I mean, he's a pull hitter. He hits the ball hard. I know that he's used to the Crawford boxes. The Green Monster is going to be his best friend. I heard you guys talking about the homers. Could he hit 30 home runs? I'm thinking 40, 50 doubles. Like, that's what I'm talking about. I want to see this dude play elite defense. I think he's going to be right up there with Jarren Duran, league leaders in doubles because of the Green Monster. I'm very excited about it. I think that's probably why this took so long in the first place is, yes, he had those longer-term offers, but he knows. You're seeing it right now. The 1240 OPS at Fenway Park, it's the best OPS, minimum 95 plate appearances in Fenway Park history by anybody. Fenway Park's been around since the Titanic. Like, we're talking long sample size. And this guy, the Titanic was considered a good idea at the time that they built Fenway Park. And we have a dude like Alex Bregman who's showing up and he's going to ball out there.